Hi all. So welcome to my second tutorial series on HTML. So in this tutorial, we will be discussing about these topics. So that is browser compatibility, and we will be creating our first web page using HTML, and we'll be discussing certain tags. So basically HTML consists of n number of tags. So we'll be discussing the basic tags which we will be using in our coming web page creations. So heading tag, paragraph tag, break tag, and image tag. So let's get started one by one. So the first one is browser compatibility. So what do we say about the browser compatibility is, uh, first thing is, where do you actually write your HTML script? So I am writing in Notepad because I am using Windows. So there are many softwares like Brackets, where you can where you can actually write the HTML script. But I would suggest as a beginner that you start with Notepad application. So this is how your Notepad looks. So you can start with Notepad if you're having Windows. Suppose you're using a Mac operating system, then you can start with text edit. So basically HTML is can support any browser, any web browser like Firefox, Safari, Edge, Chrome. So almost all browsers, the HTML will work. So you can open your Notepad application. And how do you actually create your first web page is, so in HTML, the important thing is everything is tagged. So you need to remember the tags. So first tag is HTML. So it will actually tell you that the document is a HTML file. So after you write HTML, there's a tag called as head. So head is nothing but the header portion. So on a web page, you will be having a header. Just like in the notepad, this is my header, right? This is my header. So I haven't named anything. So it is untitled. Suppose I want to title the web page, then I need to use the title tag. So title tag, let's say it is my first web page. Okay. Then you can close your title. Next, you need to close the head. Now, as you can see, the head tag has opened, and then you'll be having the title tag inside the head tag. So it is basically enclosed. So after you finish your titling, there comes the body tag. So this is one of the important tags in HTML, because whatever you write inside the body, so this is body open tag and body close tag. So whatever you write inside the body will be displayed on the web page. So it is important. So I just want to tell that this is my first web page. So I want this line to be displayed on the web page. Okay, so I have closed my body. So I need to close the HTML. So some tags in HTML have opening and closing, while some don't have. So you need to remember which one is having the both open and close and which one is not. So this is the basic, it is ultimate basic level of how an HTML page is created. So now next is you need to save the file. So I am saving it in desktop for my convenience. So you can create a file as HTML files and save it there. So always save HTML file as filename.html. So I will be naming my file name as first, and extension is .html. So as soon as you as you save this file, so what happens is, so you can see the text document got converted into browser oriented web page. So when I just click on this, you can see. So you can see one more thing is the title. the title actually changed, my first web page. So that's why I have mentioned here my first web page. Okay, so this is how your first web page is created. So suppose you want some other attributes to be added. So there are n number of attributes. Suppose here I didn't like this background color, it is completely white. So suppose I want it to change. So after body tag, there's one attribute. So attribute is also called as properties. So there's an attribute called as bg color. So it will basically change the background color of the web page. So I want it to be my favorite color, which is pink. So I'll just save it and just Control S for saving and just refresh the screen. So you will find the color to be pink. So there are n number of properties you can follow to do it. So this was about the first web page creation. Next, we will be discussing the heading tags. So basically in HTML, we are having 6 heading tags, starts from H1 to H6. So what are these? These are basically for providing heading to your web page. So suppose I want to provide my heading to be about Hyderabad. And H1 is for opening and /H1 is for closing. So you need to remember the opening and closing for all the heading tags. So the difference between H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 is the size varies. The whatever you write, the text size in between these heading tags, it varies. Okay, so H1 will be having the maximum size, where others all will be having in a decreased version of their sizes. So I'll show you one example of H1. So you can try other alt tags also and just refresh the screen. So you can see H1 tag is completely highlighted. Okay, so next is we will be discussing about the paragraph tag. So for practice, you can even see the difference between the H1 and other heading tags. So to save time, what you can do is you can just copy paste and you can just edit. Okay, so Control C is for copying and Control V is for paste. Okay, so I want to just demonstrate the use of the other heading tags. So what is the difference between H1 and other heading tags is only one thing varies, that is the font size. So now you'll just get to know the idea of it. Just Control S, save it, and then just refresh it. So you can see it varies. So accordingly, any of these tags you can take it. So I want it to be H1, so I'll just remove the other tags. Okay. So next we'll be discussing the paragraph tag. So suppose you are having 2 to 3 paragraphs or 4 to 5 lines, but you want it to be in a paragraph, like 2 lines, 1 para, and 2 lines, the other para. So then you'll be having a P tag. So you need to insert this P tag, and whatever you want, you can just type it. So I want to write about Hyderabad, so I'll be writing about it. So how do you close it is using /p. So this is one paragraph. Suppose I want a gap between my paragraphs. Okay, I need a space between it. So then you can use the BR tag. This is called as break tag. So it will actually insert a single line, a blank line, you can tell. Suppose I want one more blank line for good indentation of my paragraph. So I can use one more BR tag. So remember, BR is not having the closing tag. So these are all single tags. Okay. And then I'm writing one more paragraph. And then you can close with the /p tag. So this is the about the paragraph tag and the break tag. So just save it, Control S, and then just refresh it. So this is how a paragraph is basically. So I have written only one or two lines. So you suppose you'll be having 2 to 3 lines or multiple lines. So you can actually concise into a paragraph, and that can be displayed on the web browser. Now, next we talk about how to insert images. Okay, so there's a tag called as IMG. So basically there's a tag called as IMG. Okay, so what is this IMG is? For images, IMG. So after you open this IMG tag, so there's one attribute or property called as SRC, which means source. So I need to provide the source. So before I want the image to be displayed on my web page, I need to have a downloaded image in my system. Okay, so I am having one image on my desktop. Yes, so I want this image. This is Charminar. So I just want this image to be displayed on my web page. So what I need to do is, so basically the name of this file is Hyderabad. So I need to give this source here. So HYD dot. So basically the image file, mostly it will be in either JPG or JPEG. So depending on your system support, like whichever file your system is supporting to save the images, so you can use those kind. So my system has saved it as JPG. So I will go with that. And I can even provide other properties like width and height of the image. So I would keep width to be 200 and height to be 200. Okay, and then you can just slash. So this is also one way of closing the file, closing the tag. Okay, so let's just save this and just refresh it. So you can see the images displayed. So this is how you can insert images in the web pages. So this was about the second tutorial. So we have covered all these tags. So I would request you to continue with the next tutorial series. So till then, see you and bye.